I'm Allison, and this is Dream Anyway, a podcast for those of us who feel the pull to create, even when the path isn't clear. So wherever you are in your journey, grab a coffee, get comfy, and dream anyway.
I'm Martha Domitrovich, and I own the Supper Club. And we have 2 locations, one in Spokane on Northwest Boulevard, and then one in 9 Mile Falls on Charles Road across from the elementary school.
What does the Supper Club do?
We do gourmet take and bake. But loose gourmet. It's all mom food. It's what I make for my own family and my kids. So casseroles.
You did cater a couple of my events and everybody raved.
I have catered quite a bit. Yeah. That's the whole other personality.
Is there 2 parts that you do?
There's a couple of different parts. We do the catering, and that's a little higher end, fancy, but on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone deserves to have the fancy parties, not just the people who can really afford everything. So there's a way to make craft singles look fancy too.
That's awesome.
That. And then we also do, the take and bake, but we also wholesale. So we service a lot of coffee shops in town with our breakfast sandwiches or what they serve.
Oh, smart. So, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you married? Do you have kids?
Yeah. We've been married since 2003. I've lost track on how many years that actually is. And we have 4 kids. And they're all adults now. Our twins are going to be 21 this year. And then our middle son will be 20 here this year. And our baby is going to be 18. So they're not kids. They're definitely adults. They're all still home, which is nice. It feels safe at the moment to have them all close and in view.
Yeah, it's a crazy world.
I don't know how kids are supposed to really afford to just go live. I'm happy to be a roommate. Just stay home.
Yeah.
I will be roommate instead of mom. I'm happy to do that. This means it's less laundry. It's cool. They all do their own thing.
Nice.
Everyone has their own schedule, their own life, their own goals. So go do you, but be home, be safe.
Yeah.
Don't spend your whole life just trying to pay your bills,
Right. I don't understand economics, but it feels terrible out there.
I wish I had paid attention in that one class, just a little bit more.
Are you nurturing in general? Like, do you think you're like the mom to people?
Yeah, I think this whole business is basically built on that.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first got together this morning, and I was like, don't you feel like everyone online feels like they know you, even if maybe they've never met you, they certainly have a pretty good idea in their head of who you are.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what most people have determined I am, is a mom.
There must be a reason I said
everyone.
it. Yeah.
So I find a lot of times the people who come in are not even just coming for dinner. Some people are coming because they want that connected moment of somebody who knew what was happening in their life that week and is either going to congratulate them or hug them through it, or
that's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah.
Bring a pie when they're upset, So
you brought me a pie.
I brought you a pie.
I feel very lucky.
I never go anywhere empty-handed.
You don't? Oh.
So,
I forget to be of service.
This is a service. You're creating something beautiful.
I do, and I'm good at, and I forget all the rest of it.
Some of us just are not geared towards that part.
Yeah.
And that's okay because you have other things that is what makes you part of the service.
I do really love women who are that, though. Ooh, who's going to take care of me? I like nurturing women anyway.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's hard if it's not something that's been demonstrated for you to fall into naturally. But also, my name is Martha. So I feel like, that's a curse also. Like I am of service. That's what my name means.
Oh, is that why they were Marthas on the...
Yes.
Oh.
Martha in the Bible.
Oh.
The sister of Martha. Jesus and Mary and Martha and their brother Lazarus are all friends, right? And Jesus brings his disciples to Mary and Martha's house. And Mary fawns over Jesus and just wants to sit at his feet and like, oh, Jesus, right? And I led a women's study on this one, so I'm a bit salty about the backstory. But Martha falls into the kitchen and starts preparing food for all these men who just randomly showed up at her house, and she's freaking out because she doesn't have enough to serve all these people. And Mary's just sitting there on her butt, fawning over God, Jesus, whoever you want to say he is in the chair, right? And Martha comes into the room and she says, Jesus, why won't you make my sister come help me serve your friends that you just burdened us with your friends? Make Mary come serve me. And Jesus says, no, let her stay and learn. I told my women's pastor once that is why I can't now and never will be able to ask for help. Because at one point, my ancestor asked Jesus for help and he said no.
He said, I have a feeling that most people knew that story. I'm the only one who went, oh, is that why they're called Marthas? But I'm a non-practicing Jew, and so that's what happened.
I get it. Yeah.
Have you ever met a celebrity?
I've met a few, just in passing, though. And I think in the job that I do, it's kind of a second nature to have certain people be at events that, sometimes you have to sign an NDA before you start your work. And so you're going to meet somebody, but you don't know who.
Yeah. Do you get nervous?
No, because I think I'm just awkward enough to not care.
That's funny.
Truthfully. And also, most people ignore the caterer.
Oh.
We tend to be an invisible party in the room. Yeah.
Somebody just took a photo of me the other day behind my own camera, and I can't remember who it was. And I was like, oh, that is fascinating.
Yeah. There's a screen there. Yeah.
It's wonderful to be invisible. What do you think?
My employees are my kids. My daughters work for me at all events. And so we have, the kitchen conversation of, I can't believe that they just had that whole conversation in front of us.
Yeah.
I did not need to know that. But I'm glad that I do.
Are you an extrovert, or do you prefer being in the shadows behind the caterer's cloak?
I think I play the part of an extrovert really well, but I'm not one.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
My favorite song lyrics are in the song Cleopatra. And it says, I've read the script and the costume fits, so I'll play the part. That fits me so well. Like every day it's a different script and a different costume and it fits. So I'll do it. But it really isn't my comfortable state. So
yeah,
I'd much rather just be at home. But
I really don't love events, which I keep having. And I don't love necessarily meeting new people, but I want to meet new people. And I also want events so that I'm surrounded by people, even though I'm out of my comfort zone. And what I'm looking for, though, is community. I find for some reason, I just feel so lonely lately. But I think it's my own mental health with the world as it is.
I mean, it's very isolating.
It feels it just feels scary. And I feel a little bit less lonely than I was last year because I did get medicated. Now that I think about it, I'm feeling a little better. It's probably different for you, but do you feel a sense of community? Do you have a lot of girlfriends?
No, not really. I have a few key people who I really trust and who I let in.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm pretty isolated. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen by myself. I cook mostly overnight. Usually from about 4 to 5 o'clock is when I get started for the day.
Oh, wow.
And then I cook until, 4 or 5 a.m. And then, just begin again. So I do that to myself. It weeds out most of life too.
Yeah.
Because other people have a whole schedule and a whole life, and it really doesn't fit into what the schedule I've forced on myself, or what is making it thrive at the moment. So it's just isolating.
Are you happy right now?
Yes and no. I have good days and bad days for sure. There's highs, of when everything works out like it's supposed to, and there's not like crazy problems to put the fire out of, and everybody works together the way they should. And, everything is fine and it's great.
Yeah.
But more often than not, there's crazy fires and just random pitfalls that you don't see coming that fall into. And I think just probably due to sheer exhaustion, it feels a lot bigger and a lot more profound than it actually is. So it takes time to, acclimate back to a sense of square, and the world feels heavy. So
it really does.
Try to loosen it up with pie, but that's a lot of pie. I don't want to eat that much pie.
I was working at this company in Florida right before I moved away when I was 23. Was working with this woman who was saying that, she wants to paint, but she doesn't have time to paint, so she'll paint later. My mother used to say that she would paint when she retires, and she never got to retire. She died at 46.
Yeah.
And I said, so don't wait. And she didn't. She started painting right away. And I know that's not available to everybody to just do what you love, but life is short. It could be short. You never know. And, I was diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago, and it's incurable cancer. And so I'm getting rid of the studio so that I can just focus on the photography part, because I don't want to waste any more time on the stuff that doesn't light me up.
I hadn't realized that.
I just have this, I've always had it because my mother died so young and I was young when she died. And that's been on my mind since I was 18. But now that I have cancer, it's really on my mind that life is so short and it could end at any minute, and you got to live out loud. I've been saying this whole time, but now it's like imperative.
Yeah.
And so how can you fix I'm all worried about your middle of the night cooking and your loneliness and how are we going to, let's fix you, or no, what do you envision for your future? I guess that's the question. I'm not trying to fix you. I don't know that anything's wrong. I asked if you were happy and it didn't have a yes.
Because I don't think that that's an easy yes. I think every day is such a quilt of crazy.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's not an easy yes. Some days it's definitely an easy yes, but some days are not most days. It's like the weekend.
Right. And I know reality says, half the time I'm on the couch because I just don't have any energy, and my mind wants to keep going, but my body's like, no.
Yeah, for sure.
I totally get that, because I want to not waste a day, but there's lots of them that are wasted.
This business, it's like, it's a kitchen ministry almost. I don't claim, we don't go to church anymore. We've been burned way too much in that.
It's not necessarily religion, but people are the problem of churches.
Yeah.
And so, I just have a relationship myself with what I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say, come on over to home church. We serve better pancakes and coffee, so coffee's not stale at my house.
People do come to you with.
Yeah, it definitely makes it like an on and off. So I appreciate the days that I can stay home and it's a whole full 24 hours disconnected. And, in 2025 was the year of deciding like what my boundaries actually were, because before I was just always on and always available. And people could text me at 3 a.m. and I would answer. I don't know what was wrong with me. Like I would answer a non-coherent, like ridiculous nonsense of why do I know the recipe to that in my sleep? That's crazy.
Oh, they would ask you recipes,
how to cook this. Like, and it's my own fault. The label fell off in the freezer, or maybe I forgot to put it in the bag, or like whatever. So, but I'm responding to people at 3 and 4 a.m, telling them what to do with this crock pot kit. That's craziness. I have 2 employees who aren't my children who sat in front of me. We're like, that this is a little bit wild that you were responding to this email at 4 a.m. Like you should like maybe take a minute and think about it. And they don't need instant. You're not Google. You're not Amazon. You don't have to deliver instantaneously. You can slow your roll. Like, okay.
Do you have any dreams?
With all of our past conversation is going to make this answer seem really silly, but this is it. Honestly, like my whole life, I've dreamt of owning a restaurant and owning a place. My grandma owned a restaurant called The Patio for the longest time. And I always thought that was what I would open. There is a patio in town already though. So that's the only reason why it's called the Supper Club. And honestly, it's just finding a way of creating that when we didn't have the funds to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot to open a restaurant.
No, that is a giant dream.
Oh, it just sounds so silly. Now I'm just in the thick of it now.
That is it. I mean, being a business owner, if you ask me what the hardest part is for me, especially as a graphic designer, and as a photographer, it's not enough work or too much work. I'm either way too busy or I'm not busy enough. And either way, it's stressful.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing, I think, as a business owner, not to be stressed.
Right.
Even though it's what we're looking for. I mean, our dream is attained, but doesn't mean it's not hard.
Exactly. And it's not that it won't die. You have to keep it going, so yeah.
And it can also evolve. And also, I'm hoping for both of us that we get to a place where we have maybe more help.
Yes.
And so that we're not up in the middle of the night or, I would love help selling me because I'm not great at that.
It's so difficult.
I know.
And I've tried a few times bringing people in to do that job specifically. And what I have found is nobody can sell you like you.
Well, right. They're not you.
It'll always fall short.
just nobody knows you the way you know you, or they don't have your story right, or they don't have your passion, of course, and they don't have your desire for what you're doing. So yeah, it is hard. I wish I was more extroverted, I guess is the word, because it's walking into a networking meeting is my worst fear.
Oh my goodness. I hate those so much. I will happily provide the food. Yeah, that's fine. I'm somewhat of a prostitute because I'm selling myself with food, like you want a lasagna, you're buying me though. Right. You can get lasagna from anywhere. So why are you going to buy my lasagna?
What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to be thinking about you? Have you ever thought of that?
Yes. Yeah. A couple of times. I think I just want my kids to think I was kind to them and that I accepted them for who they are and what they wanted to do, that it doesn't matter. So I think that's the most important thing to me is that they would be solid in their memories and what they thought of our relationship, Yeah. So that's what I wish I had the most was a solid relationship with my parents that meant anything, and so that's really the main, most important part to me. I'm not remembered as lazy.
Oh, is that really important to you?
Not necessarily important. Just I want it to be that I made a difference, that I did something, that I didn't just sit still when there was something I could do.
Oh, I like that.
That's all.
Thanks for listening. New episodes drop every Thursday.